What is up, my howlers? Wolfpack Leader here, and yep, I have returned. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. It's been almost like what, 2 months since I last did a Chucky retrospect review. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, guys. You guys deserve an explanation, especially for those who have been supporting me a lot right now. And I'm actually at my peak on my channel. I'm already at 800 subs. But I want to say real quickly, thank you guys for supporting me. It's been 5 years now. I think it's been 5 years since May, I believe the 24th or 27th. I don't remember. But yeah, in May, it was finally 5 years. My channel has been around. It's crazy. But I want to say I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading, especially for those diehard Chucky fans, because I know a lot of Chucky fans have been wanting to see my retrospects for the rest of the franchise. But oh man, I'm not really enthusiastic because we're kind of in the okay period of Chucky movies, because there's Child's Play 3, not really a fan of that. Bride of Chucky, don't really like that either. And then there's Seed of Chucky, which I don't even want to get into that, but we're gonna just have to get through it. But yeah, and I also want to say the reason why I haven't really been uploading those because it's my senior year, guys. Yep, and you already know the senior craziness. There's prom. There was I graduate this Friday, believe it or not. I'm making this video. It's the 4th of June, so hopefully you'll get it out before then. All right, so I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling right now. Let's just cut it short and let's just dive right in. Okay, so the film opens up with a really interesting opening, actually, because it takes place in an evidence depository, if I remember correctly. The opening reveals, well, I like to see it this way, this is my lens on this opening, is that most of the horror icons live and breathe in the same universe. Yeah, I know, I thought that was pretty insane. And I'm talking about the evidence lockers, where it contains Michael's mask, Freddy's glove, Leatherface's chainsaw, and a bootlegged Jason hockey mask. Doesn't even look like Jason's hockey mask, but whatever. But yeah, and then there's even a reference in this movie later on in the movie when Chucky kills one of the main characters' uncle, I believe. I think it's her uncle. Yeah, and have all those pins in his face, and then he says, "Wow, that looks really familiar," or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, for me, that kind of confirms that Chucky has been to hell, and maybe he's even encountered Pinhead before. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below who would win, Chucky or Pinhead. Alright, so the reason why the film begins in a evidence depository is because turns out Chucky's remains are in there, saved in, from Child's Play 3, how his body parts were all shredded. So yeah, it's in a bag in one of the lockers, and this random cop, I forgot what his name was, but yeah, he was there. He goes in, and then he's gonna sell them to Tiffany, who turns out to be one of Chucky's long lost mistresses, something like that. I don't know. Let's just say that Chucky fooled around a lot with girls, obviously, and that was one person that got really obsessed with him. But yeah, the first kill of this movie is actually by Tiffany. She kills the cop because obviously she's not going to pay for Chucky's remains. So she kills him, takes him back to her trailer, and recreates Chucky, because turns out her obsession for Charles Lee Ray when he was human, because they even said that they used to be a thing, I guess. What she has feelings. She developed feelings for him during that time period they were together, and now she's trying to resurrect him and bring him back. And it's actually quite comedic how they do it, because she literally reads Voodoo for Dummies, and turns out they have a spell there. So I guess all that time with Dr. Death was kind of wasted, because Charles Lee Ray could have just bought the book and could have found out all the spells that he could have been performing. And that's actually a gag I think it's even brought up again in Cult of Chucky, but hey, we'll talk more about that later when it's time to review that movie. Tiffany performs a spell, and I guess it doesn't work right away because she's trying to resurrect him. So she kind of gives up for a bit, and then her boyfriend comes, or I guess her play buddy, I don't know, Damien. He's like a goth guy, I guess, like, trying to be edgy, since this movie's like so dated. And then I guess she wants him to kill, because she obviously has a thing for serial killers. it doesn't really work out because he actually he takes a photo of himself, uh, like a dead corpse, looking like a dead corpse, and but she finds out because he didn't pay his fingernails, or he painted his fingernails, and his finger was, or his hand was on his chest while he took the photo. So it was obvious that he didn't kill anyone. Obviously, she gets pissed off, and then I guess Chucky moves while they're talking, and then she kind of gets suspicious. She gets suspicious. She's like, "Oh yeah, he's obviously alive." And then this leads to the bed scene. They're about to get a little, yeah, they're gonna mess around pretty much, and then that leads to our second kill. Chucky. She puts Chucky on his chest, because she's doing like this weird dance, trying to arouse the audience, I guess. And then he wakes up, and he pulls this, like, it's like a chain ring thing, I don't know, that's on his lip, and he rips it off and he bleeds to death. Well, he puts the pillow on him and then he bleeds to death because he's on the bed chained up, because they're pretty kinky. So yeah, Chucky kills Damien, and then after that Tiffany and Chucky start having some quality time, because it's been like, what, 10 years, I don't know, they don't give an exact dates. Let's see, last seen each other. She makes food for him, Swedish meatballs, because turns out that's Chucky's favorite food, which is interesting. I would have never thought we would learn a icon of horror, their favorite food. So yeah, she brings up this ring that she still had because when they were together, and I guess she got the idea that they were gonna get married. And Chucky starts laughing his ass off because he's an asshole, and then I guess this kind of gets Tiffany pretty mad. But yeah, the ring though, it was from one of his victims, so he pretty much just like killed someone, took it, and just gave it to her, and then that's how I guess she got the idea that they're gonna get married. So yeah, she gets pretty mad, and this is where the story kind of turns, because she gets pretty pissed off. She puts him, like, she locks him in like this playpen thing, and then this leads us to the next part of the movie. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Jesse and Jade, but who cares about those guys? Let's skip the Jesse and Jade BS and dive back to Chucky and Tiffany. So yeah, Tiffany returns. By the way, we're in the next scene now. She had to dispose of Damien's corpse, and she comes back with a bride doll, I guess to piss off Chucky a bit. She puts in the playpen with him, and this leads to him escaping because, oh no, the ring from earlier, the one that he stole from his victim, and the one that Tiffany had, she put on the ring on one of the bride doll's fingers. So Chucky takes it, and then he starts like cutting it with his finger, or with the ring, one of the wooden bars from the playpen, so that he can escape. And now, yeah, his plan is to kill, and by the way, Chucky's pissed off right now. So what he wants to do is he wants to kill and transfer Tiffany's soul into the ugly bride doll that she left for him. And she's in and she's taking a shower. Well, she's not taking a shower. She's in the bath, and she's watching Bride of Frankenstein as a joke, I guess, because this movie is called Bride of Chucky, and I guess it's like a little swift reminder. Oh shoot, sorry guys, swift reminder that they're watching Bride of Chucky. Speaking of the comedy in this movie, I feel like the intentional comedy isn't really good, but the scenes aren't really. They're being unintentionally funny, or the scenes are actually funny. I don't know. Is that just me? Okay, and now we get into the main plot of the movie. So now both Chucky and Tiffany are stuck in dolls, and they both want to get out of these dolls. So what do? They have to do the whole, you guys already know the main formula from every single movie. They have to transfer their souls into new bodies, but they don't use that rule where whoever they tell the secret to, they're bound to be the ones that they have to transfer their souls into. They totally ignore that. So what they do is they have to go to New Jersey, because that's where Charles Lee Ray is buried at, and they have to go and get the amulet that you see in the first movie that he was wearing, so that they may transfer their souls into, I guess, any body. I think that's how it works now. So yeah, now what do they got to do? They need to get there, but how are they gonna do it? This is where Jesse and Jade come in. Jesse and Jade, let's be honest, guys, they're pretty forgettable characters, and if they died in this movie, I really wouldn't have cared. But hey, now they're important now, because Tiffany pays Jesse $500 to deliver herself and Chucky to the New Jersey cemetery. I probably wouldn't have done that, by the way. If someone paid me $500 just to travel all the way to a cemetery, I would have been like, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, the money does get Jesse a little excited, and now he wants to run away with Jade because her uncle is a bit of a dick. Yeah, he actually is a dick. He even puts marijuana into Jesse's van so that he can get Jesse into some deep trouble. And the worst of all is that the uncle is the chief of the police department, so yeah, there's not much they can do. Jesse and Jade prepare to run away, and John Ritter, rest in peace, gets killed in an awesome fashion. And this is also where we get that cool Hellraiser reference, because, you know, all those pins again, or not the pins, the nails are stuck in his face. And, well, what does Chucky think of Pinhead? Because I don't know, who knows, maybe he did go to hell. But yeah, so this becomes a road trip movie because, yeah, this road trip idea, I don't know whose idea it was. It gets pretty boring. This is where the movie, honestly, it sucks, guys. It's not that interesting. Like, the only cool things you get out of it is a cool car explosion, a kill confirm, and a pretty awesome waterbed mattress scene, double kill with you know, where Tiffany throws that champagne into the ceiling, I guess, or chandelier. I don't know. I don't remember. She throws it up and then it shatters the bed, and there's this other couple that's not even a real couple. They're probably not even married. They're just going around, going to hotels, stealing people's stuff. And yeah, they get that cool double kill because they both get shattered by the glass. Oh yeah, and we also get a super weird sex scene. Yeah, I know. Like, what the hell were they thinking? This sex scene, man, it's so weird. Like, they might as well give Freddy Krueger a sex scene. Oh yeah, they did. It's in Freddy vs. Jason. It's kind of a sex scene. I don't know. But yeah, oh my gosh, guys, this movie's it's really stupid, guys. This is the reason why we can't take our icons of horror seriously anymore. All right, let's just gather my thoughts and skip to Jesse and Jade on the run again, because yeah, they're kind of losing trust in one another. But don't worry, their friend David, he makes it all clear to them that they aren't psychos, or at least until he finds out. What's his name? The chief, her uncle. His corpse is under a seat, or like a little, I don't even remember what it is. It's like, I guess it's a seat, but he finds his corpse under his seat, and then, you know, since he's the chief of police, he has a gun, and he takes a gun, freaks out, and they're this is when they're in the freeway, so they kind of they have to go on the side, and then he freaks out, he alerts police, and this is actually this is pretty interesting because for the first time in the Child's Play franchise, Chucky and Tiffany come to life in public, and a lot of people see them. Then, you know, this freaks out David, and he acts pretty stupid because what does he do? I mean, I probably would act the same way. Like, what would you do if you saw two dolls come to life right in front of your eyes? But yeah, he walks and goes, and since they're in the freeway, he goes into the freeway, and he gets his whole body, like, it just gets annihilated by a semi, and his whole body just goes into like a million pieces. But Chucky and the rest of the gang decide, you know, to haul ass, and finally, you know, like, you know, let's just get to their destination. Obviously, it's not even described the way I said it. I described that whole scene really bad. I'm just trying to get to the main part of the movie, the main climax. But yeah, so on their way there, Tiffany gets burned in an oven because she was baking cookies. Then tons of other stupid drama happens, and we also get 2 more kills actually from. Okay, so they steal an RV, and there's, I guess, they're like elderly people. They were driving it, and they kill them. Pretty sure it was Chucky or Tiffany, I don't know. But let's just skip to the main climax, and that is New Jersey Cemetery. They finally make it. It's, you know, they're gonna do the soul transfer, but of course, it's like most Chucky movies, it fails because Tiffany has second thoughts, so that she can pay homage to Frankenstein's last line in Bride of Frankenstein. Almost said Bride of Chucky. We belong dead. You guys remember that line? If you guys seen that movie. So this pisses Chucky off again because, you know, he has like anger issues, and this leads us to a shovel fight. And of course, Tiffany loses to Chucky because, well, it's Chucky. This leads us to Chucky's death. It's the most boring in the franchise. He literally just gets shot like twice in the chest. But at least he acknowledges that he's gonna return, and it's inevitable that he's gonna be coming back for like every single movie because, you know, he dies, comes back, dies, comes back. So in a way, Chucky kind of breaks the fourth wall. I don't know. Okay, so both Chucky and Tiffany are now both dead, and this movie ends with a pretty cheap jump scare from Tiffany's screams because turns out she was pregnant and was able to reproduce within a day. Then she gives birth to the abomination of the franchise, Glenn and Glenda. What a horrible ending. Like, the heck were they thinking? Oh my gosh, like this movie is just it mind boggles me that it even exists. Yeah, this movie is pretty absurd when you go over it, and it honestly, this movie does feel like it lost its direction. Like the whole franchise, like when they got to this movie, they really lost their direction. They had no idea where to go. Every time I look at Bride of Chucky, I really didn't know what to think. To be honest, if I'm being honest with you guys, like I really don't know how to feel about it. Like I can't even give it a rating. But for the sake of the review, I'm just gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10 because I'll admit it's not a good movie at all, but it's still really enjoyable for its awkwardness, and it's you can tell it's super dated when you watch it. Rob Zombie, oh my god. But again, I still like to watch it for entertainment and because it's Chucky. Again, I love Chucky. He's such a great character. Honestly, the only thing that I really like about this movie is obviously Chucky, and Tiffany's not a bad character. Like, but Chucky's new look in this movie, it's pretty cool. People were saying that they were trying way too hard to make him look scary, but I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's cool, and honestly, I like the aesthetic of the film. It actually has a pretty underrated aesthetic. I like the blue hues. Kind of reminds you a bit of Halloween, but at the same time, it gives it its own atmosphere. Like it has like a gothic atmosphere to it. Overall, I don't really hate this movie. It just makes me wish they had a different approach to introduce new characters, referring to Tiffany. I think Tiffany is an interesting character. I just think her introduction wasn't done right. I still think they could have done a lot better. But yeah, honestly, that's really all I could say about this movie, guys. And I'm sorry if this review / retrospect feels half-assed, but it's because I really don't know how I feel about this movie. When I watch this movie with people, I'm like, I don't know. And they ask me questions like, what do you think of this movie? I'm like, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's pretty weird. It's same thing with Seed of Chucky. That's how I am with the gap 3, 4, and 5. I don't know what to think about this movie, guys. Yeah, I'm lost in words with this movie. I'm just gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. What do you guys think of this movie? If you guys enjoy it, I totally respect your opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys love about this movie, or just give me your overall thoughts in the comments below. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in one of the worst films ever made, Seed of Chucky. Ooh, my god. Adios, guys. See you guys later.
I'm Chucky. Who the fuck are you?